We are.
Hey everyone, Mr. Devil here, Kenny Danico, 3-time Stanley Cup champion of the New Jersey Devils, and you're listening to the Uncle Pucker's New Jersey Devils podcast. Let's go Devils!
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Uncle Pucker's New Jersey Devil podcast. I am Chris, along with Tim Wood, and Bobby Pennsylvania will be joining us shortly. And Tony Zamboni went to bed because it's like midnight where he lives. So, Tim, how are you, my friend?
I'm good, man. Like, it's like these fucking assholes.
So,
like, make up your mind. Are you? Can they just make up their mind? Like, I'm in a fantasy baseball league, and I'm in week 3, and I'm getting my fucking ass kicked because I haven't been paying attention to it at all. It's like I need to be able to move on to this.
Okay,
and I just can't.
So what's more frustrating to you? All right, is it the fact that we're not making the playoffs, or is it the fact that because lots of teams don't make the playoffs, half the teams don't make the playoffs, or is it the fact that we're the best team this year? So it's probably not making the playoffs. Like, in other words, is it more frustrating seeing how they've been playing
and
not making the playoffs, or just the fact that they're not making it in general?
I think they're not making it in general. Like, that's annoying, in and of itself. Like everybody has their own opinions about this, but this team is far too good to not be making the playoffs. It's just so. It's frustrating. It's frustrating that we wallowed for months with just absolutely atrocious play. And like, I saw an interview with Keith the other day. Someone actually asked him, "Was like, what's different? What is different about this? Did you change systems? Did you change structure? Did you change philosophy?"
Yeah, no. That's a great question because
I know
it's like a fucking switch was just flipped, and this team now it's good again. What do you say?
It's just like, and we've speculated about what it could be. I've had my own thoughts, and it's actually a little vindicating for me because what they changed is really the one thing that I've been screaming about this whole fucking year is that they're just playing too slow. They're not moving the puck quick enough. They're not moving the puck in transition quick enough, and that's really the crux of what Keith said is like, we're getting chances, but we're not finishing them, and we're not getting enough good chances. And the one thing that, oh, hey buddy.
Hi, Kirby.
The one thing that he said that's been pretty interesting is he's like, one thing I noticed is that a lot of our offensive chances, the tape that he watched, said he watched thousands of clips. So he was actually not at the cottage, he was doing his job. Is that he said that oftentimes the best play is behind you, and you could see that now with like that Timo's first goal in Montreal last night, Glass's goal 2 nights ago, where they're on sort of drop passes or not like direct like north-south drop passes, like southwest northwest or southeast type of drop passes where they're sort of cross the zone. So it's frustrating that it's that simple that was the change, aside from Jack being back and Luke, getting his head out of his ass. And, nobody's complained about like the decor really. I don't think, I think Kovacevic has gotten a little bit better and that is all settled down. I don't know. Winning changes a lot, man.
Winning changes a lot. Yes, you're absolutely right. And, the entire mindset of a dressing room can be switched just by winning, and the team starts playing better. And, but like there's something was fucking broken throughout this year. Like that's the thing, like coming back from the Olympics, whatever it was, this like come to Jesus moment with the team that like, hey, we are much better than this. And now they're looking at this super dark tunnel with this teeny little pinpoint of light at the end of it, and that's what they're going for. And unfortunately, it's going to be too little too late because they're not going to make the playoffs. But I don't think, like, they were even talking about it today on NHL Network. I was listening to on XM a little bit. Like, the one guy, I think it was Mick Berg, was saying, like, that's a team nobody wants to play. If they happen to somehow make it in, watch out. Of course, yeah, that's all great. It's not going to happen. And I kind of agree with them. There was a lot in last night's game against Montreal that I think was like so needed for this team. Like when you see Jack take that hit, first of all, from Anderson, and he eats it, and and he got up,
He
which
kind of got sandwiched, and the
kind of got a
Anderson
little
and
sandwiched, and Anderson got a little.
Jack and Jack are
Jack got a little bit
those
of
are big
Anderson
fucking
too,
dudes.
but like he gets sandwiched between the two toughest dudes on that roster, and he got up. Okay, because I think all of us right away were like, all right, we'll see him in October. But popped right back up. Then
He's gotten okay. I know you're joking, but he's gotten hammered a lot in his career.
No, I know, but we all have PTSD when it comes to Jack and injuries.
Of course.
The thing is this: Jack never gets injured from a hit. He gets injured by flying 500 miles an hour into the fucking boards. Like that's how he gets injured.
Yeah, or not knowing how to use stemware.
Right, or not knowing how to use stemware, glassware, or flatware. Apparently never eating out as a child.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, just get the kids some fucking chicken nuggets and
that's it. Just finger foods from now on, right? Like, or somebody cut his steak, and that's it. Like, we don't need to deal with this shit anymore. But like my point is, then seeing Dylan take the task, which I have pounded the table all year, that Dylan needs to stay on this team for those reasons. That's it. Like when Dylan does what he does, and then you see Jack just bring him all his fucking gear, give him a hug, a pat on the head. I loved seeing that. Absolutely loved it. Now, I don't know if you've noticed during the MSG broadcast, the guys, Sal and Danico, were very happy with how that whole thing played out. And exactly, Dino Nuggets for Jack. And, Ken Danico says, basically, yeah, it'd be great if a guy on his line stepped up like that. It's awesome that Dylan did it, but it was kind of his way of saying and not saying Jack needs a guy like we talked about on the last show to play with. Like that's what he would like to see, is kind of how I took it. Yes, utensils are his weakness.
Yeah, it's like a video game where you have like strengths and weaknesses, and it's like like speed, agility, goal scoring, utensils.
Yes, utensils, going too fast.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. And
tripping on his own fucking feet.
Unfortunately, this little push that they're making is going to, I think, cover up a lot of the warts that are on this team. I still don't think there's going to be any major changes done this offseason. Like we talked about on the last show, a guy here or there, and maybe revamp, I don't know, 50% of that defense. I think probably. I think 3 guys, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know,
3.
maybe. I just don't think they're going to be able to do that.
You're probably right.
It's like Kovacevic was pretty flat out clear that like he's not waving his no move clause. And to be honest, like I know we shit all over him and he was terrible coming his first couple games back, but he's been generally fine the past couple games.
I don't think anybody's going to mind him being our 7th defenseman, and that's where I think he legitimately does slot. Is that guy to come off the bench, and we just don't have anyone else to take those minutes. It's just like how mismanaged this team was this year. So like, yeah, we said if Jack doesn't get hurt at the utensil gate, at knife gate, they're going to make the playoffs. Tom Fitzgerald did something, managed his cap properly, got fucking Quinn Hughes on this team. How amazing this team right now, playing the way they played last night with Quinn added on that back end. It's fucking retarded, right?
We gotta hope that Minnesota gets its fucking doors blown off in the first round of the series, in the first round of the playoffs. Like that's what we gotta kind of hope for.
They just might. Yeah. Hi, Bob.
Look at this boys, fella. Oh my god! Finally, no more fucking ugly guys.
Nope, just adding to the ugly pile.
Well, Bob, actually, Zach just laid a question out, so we're going to throw you in the hot seat here.
Sweet.
He says, let me ask you guys this. Putting Nason back in the lineup will help or hurt the Devils? I think it's a good question, because I forgot he was on the team.
Yeah,
I think that answers the question.
That answers your question right there. Yeah, I was talking about this with my son the other day, and we're like, we just don't see a place for him. I love the signing when we got it. I thought it was every bit of what we need and that type of player, but whether he aged out real quick or decided he doesn't like to play like that anymore, whatever that snarl was that he had, we didn't really see it. you know, and he's been hurt. I don't even remember why he's out of the lineup, but I feel like maybe his time's passed. I don't know that he's the answer next year.
He had a good 3-month stretch 2 seasons ago where I don't think he scored for like 4 months after I don't know what they need to get past is these mental hurdles of like these demarcation points where it was New Year's Eve and our whole thing last year was like what happened at New Year's Eve, what the fuck, and now it's like what happened in Chicago, what the fuck. But it's just they need to be able to play without certain players. Like the D can't fall apart without Pesci. Forwards can't fall apart without Jack. It's just like, what do you do about that? It's like, because you're not going to be able to bring in someone of the caliber of Jack, obviously, to insulate that. So do you bring in a center that can play on his wing and can move over to be, a center to kind of take that over, and so since the Olympics, Jack's first in points, fourth in goals, first in assists, first in power points per game, first in shots. And Brat has also he's 9th in points. Nico's 38th in points. So it's like the problem then becomes when Jack goes down, that drags everybody else down because they don't have the wherewithal to be able to carry everything themselves. The problem also on top of that is I don't think there are trades out there or players out there that are as good as Brad or Nico that would get fair value for.
No, they're not going anywhere.
So it's unfortunately, I think we're at the point where, they're not going to make any changes and we just kind of need to just fucking cross our fingers and just be like, hey, Jack, don't get hurt.
I think there is a lot of that. I do. Bob, like you haven't been on the show. Did you watch the games this weekend?
I've been watching as much as I can. Yep, missed a little bit, but.
So how frustrated are you right now with the way they're playing?
That's the thing, right? So I'm super excited just to watch fun hockey again. No doubt about it, right? Love seeing them win. But I'm actually more mad when I'm watching the games that this shit was missing all year. And that, there they go again, teasing us with this little, we just said it, right? You're going to tickle the balls a little bit. They're going to win out these next 5. They're going to wind up missing by like a couple points. And it's just super irritating. And I think the success, and you guys have probably touched on this many times, is going to be part of the problem. Because now, Fitz can sit there and say, see, I told you, we're just going to run this back out. Everything will be fine if this and if that.
Well, is he wrong, though?
Same problem. Yes. Here's why.
Go ahead.
Give me like a legit scoring winger, right? Just a scoring machine that will benefit from playing with a guy like Jack, but not go away when he's not there. Like a pure shooter that'll still figure it out somewhere to shoot from. You know what I mean? Like that is still the option that I think we need. And I agree with you now because of the way they heated up and the fact they're valuable. You're not moving a Brat or anything like that, despite all the stuff we've said over the years with disappearing or leverage situations. You're just not moving them. But then you got to do something with a guy like Timo Meier. Like you've got to figure out somebody that can just legit get you 30 goals.
Timo might get 30 goals.
Doesn't feel like it. And let's go 40.
He's 24 now, something like that.
He needs 6, and he needs to score in each of the last 6 games.
And I want to keep Timo too. I'm just saying, we can't running back the entire team. That really freaks me out, dude. That really freaks me out.
We talked a couple of days ago on the show that like the one guy that we really think there's a good chance is Matthew Nyes. I do think that there is a world there where he can be available, and he's a guy that we like said. Toronto is probably the one team that has some pieces that are going to help us and vice versa.
Yeah.
So I think there's a trade to be made there. Nemo for Nyes, something like that. I want to do Nemo and Markstrom for Nyes and Stolars, but
addition by subtraction alone.
But I think that our 4 guys are Brat, Nico. I'll even put Connor Brown in there at this point, but like Brat, that line of Jack, Brat, Brown, Nico, and Timo, like that's the core. Like they're not going anywhere. And you bring a guy like Nyes in, and maybe you can then slot Mercer in the right spot on the third line, or Mercer's gone. I just think that the defense can. I think at least 2 guys are going to be gone. It's probably going to be Nemec. and Dougie. I think those will be the two that are gone.
I don't
So
know,
it'd
man.
be very interesting though, but like I don't know. Like, okay, this team playing the way they are right now and seeing how Markstrom played, and we said it on these last 7 games when we were talking about before the second Montreal game. These last 7 games have to be Markstrom has to be the best player. There's just no doubt. You can't go into games and be down 3-0 after the first because this dude is not on his fucking game, which we've seen way too many times this year. And then last night, I mean, was that his first shutout of the year? It might have been his second. I don't know.
Yeah,
Didn't have a
actually,
lot.
to the year, to the day of his last shutout.
Yeah,
You know,
He would
I mean,
he would have one more shutout if he didn't try to fucking score in the empty net.
exactly.
But I mean, and then that is the fundamental problem we always have to come back to. It's like we can make all the fucking changes we want in the world to the D group, add to the forward group. It's just like Markman's back there. But but if they can put together an effort like they did last night felt very much like those early 2000s teams. It was good offensive process, good defensive process, and they shut it down. I think it was 17 shots against. They gave up they gave up less than 1 expected goal after the second period. They only had 8. Montreal only had 8 shots on goal after 2 periods, and like the only reason they got up to 17 is because they got so many fucking power plays in the third.
Yeah.
So it's
game.
That was a very much post trap early 2000s Devils team where they scored every period, they got better every period, and they just locked it the fuck down in the third.
It was like an awesome kind of mini playoff series in the sense that, you know, that first game was great. I mean, they were within a hair of winning that game, and you're talking about 2 games played like 2 different ways and could have walked away with 2 victories, and a team that's clearly better than us, or at least on paper and standings was clearly better than us. We're obviously showing once again we can play with anybody at certain times of the year. But to your point about the goaltending, that's more the maddening part for me then, because if in fact, when healthy, we can run the whole team out and we can be good, and then all of a sudden comes that, you know, that Markstrom extension, it just got you going. So now what? You know, instead of having a bona fide number 1 back there, I mean, this guy was he's like lowest part of the league, right? Generally,
his numbers are bad.
I think pretty much every.
Yeah, we're not talking teetering on the 12th, 13th, 15th. But we're talking like bottom of the barrel. Like is he gonna have a bounce back year? He does that
of qualified goalies. Yeah, like he's
that scares the hell out of me.
76 out of 82,
and the thing too is like if all the planets align perfectly, this team goes on that run and the other teams in front of them fall off and they squeak into the fucking playoffs, right? It would be so much fun. It'd be so awesome. But then when reality kicks in and we stop them, we have to face the Carolina Hurricanes in the first round, because that's exactly what it would be. And we're probably done in 5. So
might be giving them a little credit there.
I gave them a gentleman's sweep,
man. I mean, Jesus,
At some point, we're going to figure out how to beat them. It's just not going to be this year.
Yeah, it wouldn't be this year. Well, where have you guys landed with this? I mean, you really think that just majority of this team is just coming back the way it is?
Yeah.
We're talking just tweaks?
I think that so I think that I have to say this. They had a guy on XM today who does a tri-state hockey.
Arthur Staple.
Yes, Arthur Staple. Thank you. And he was talking about Fitz being gone. He was talking about like right now how good the Devils are looking might save his job, but are they going to make any kind of big changes? Talked about Brendan Shanahan coming in as director of hockey ops and maybe just some fresh eyes, being a Devil legend, can he come in and, blah, blah, blah. Because we all see what happened to Toronto since they got rid of him. So, his stock is higher now. I don't think I think maybe Fitz loses one of his titles, whether it's director of hockey operations or general manager. I think that's going to happen. I think Sheldon Keefe is gone. And I think the Islanders were smart to say, we want Peter DeBoer. And, it sucks that we have to let Wah go with 4 games left, but he's not going to be here when we're actually done with the season, fire him and stuff. They were smart enough to get their guy. we don't ever have the balls or the
Is
foresight.
Lou still over there? Jesus.
Yeah, he's actually
4 games later.
there as I guess he's like a consultant or something.
Well, I'm sure he
with them.
consulted on that change for sure. Man.
Absolutely, he loves this shit. You
He
kidding
does.
me? Hiring coaches with 2 weeks
What
left or 4
stories are
games
made of.
left? Oh, don't forget he tried it with Claude Julien and put himself back there. That didn't go well.
Yeah, it did not go well.
No, it did not. No, it did not. But yeah, it's interesting seeing these teams kind of follow that model. I'm at a loss with what the Devils are going to do, because I know for a fact, and we all know this, that Fitz is going to point to this stretch to save his fucking job
100%.
as proof of concept that, like, hey, the team I built is playing like this, so
But is
don't
he
fire
wrong?
me, please.
Can you?
Yes, he is wrong, because that same team also is responsible for putting together the ship bed that they laid all year too. That's the same psyche. It's the same athletes. They're the ones playing the game. We all know that, and keeps coaching it, and we all know that. But systems be damned. I mean, hockey players are hockey players, right? You got to go and you got to give what you can give, and you can argue that these guys did not play up to their contracts.
Yeah, no, that's fair, and yeah, and I think one of the main guy we always kind of go back to point to is Timo Meier, and I think I love the idea of Timo Meier. The actual reality of Timo Meier is far worse than the idea of Timo Meier. And that's why I think, like, he's the guy that we kind of need to get off of. But, like, he is like an ironclad no movement clause. I just don't see him going.
We've been through the Timo Meier thing a million times, and he's the picture. He's the poster child of a guy that you wouldn't give a shit if we were winning. You'd be like, oh, that's perfect. He's bringing that power forward thing. Yeah, the 25 goals maybe be better, but no, this is all working. But when it's not working and you look to a guy like that, you're like, come on, man. Like, this is what we signed up for. He would be an easier story to digest if we were just, getting 100 points. We would.
I agree. I totally agree. I'm not ready to give up on any of the core top guys right now. I'm not.
Who do you consider the core? Are you
forwards or the whole team?
The whole team. Are you like a 3, 4, 5 guy core? Like, who's your core?
Timo Meier, Nico Hischier, Jesper Bratt, Jack and Luke Hughes. That's the core for me. And I know Gritsuk, and he's fantastic, but it's only his first year. I think he's going to be a fantastic hockey player. But I'm not like putting him in there just yet, even though he probably will be. He'll be that, I think a guy that is going to help this team down the road. And like we said, anywhere they go, Grits is going to be a part of it. So but I would say that those are the core guys that you have to lean on these next 2 to 4 years to really build around them and push for a Stanley Cup. What do you guys think?
I got that list plus Pesci. I really think Pesci, let him just be healthy. And I really do think he's just everything we need back there. So I would add
can't argue that. I can't.
Yeah, I think that's pretty fair. I prefer a smaller. Sorry, my dog just made a horrifying noise. He's been hacking up something all day. I don't know what the fuck he ate or got into, but he literally sounds like my grandfather like a couple of weeks before he died. He's like, like, Jesus, man. It's like, what did you fucking smoke a pack of Marlboros last night?
Been there.
Yeah, I know, right? I don't know if I put Timo on the core. I think it's Brat, Jack, Nico, and Luke.
Yeah, I mean,
I can see that. I mean, fringe
core is kind of weird, right? Like, he feels like he's not really on the team sometimes. Like, I've kind of like, what? I don't know if that makes sense.
It does. But that's what we're talking about. It's like and look, Brad to an extent too. Collect Records just said that too. It's like when Jack went down, we needed those 3 guys, Nico, Brad, and Timo, to step it the fuck up, and they didn't.
No,
and to Bobby's point, like, yes, that is something that needs to be examined. I just don't think there's any way, shape, or form we can get off of any of them, except for maybe Nico, who is actually tradable because of his contract structure. But
I
might
start rooting for another fucking team if they ever traded Nico Hischier.
Yeah, let's be honest about something else too. Like, yeah, when Jack is back, they elevate their game. We're also not normally going to have a Jack on pace for 150 points. What he's doing right now is ridiculous. Like Jack, maybe on a really great year, is 110, 115. That's a big difference between 150, which is the pace he's on right now. So he's literally helping other people like explode their stats.
Isn't it crazy? Isn't it crazy? Like Jack right now, he's like just fucking just laying his nuts down on the league.
Yeah.
But like he's only at 150 point pace. Like Gretzky put up fucking 220 points. Lemieux put up 199 one season. Like imagine what that actually looks like. I barely remember those years.
And you know, a guy like Bratt, who I'm kind of indifferent on Bratt. Like I've always been. Like as far as a human, he's a wonderful, wonderful little Swede. I love him, but I'd be fine if he left. Like as long as you're replacing him, you know, not a lateral move. Like don't give me fucking, you know, another small fast winger like that just needs Jack. Like if you're gonna, but he'll never waive the no trade. And I also think that there are two people on this team that I believe have earned and do get a seat at the table, and that's Nico and Jack. And I think if you were to ask Jack, Bratt's not going anywhere. Like he wants to play with him. And so I don't think those guys are going anywhere. I think the changes will come. I think Hamilton's gone. I think they're definitely going to trade him. And I think Nemo's gone. And I think that might be, you know, maybe you're going to tweak the fourth line or stuff like that. But the main guys
giving up our two offensive right-hand D, because like those are probably the hardest position to fill. I see a world where Dougie stays and Nemo gets traded.
I think they're both going to be gone, but nothing would shock me. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised by that. I just think Dougie, we talked about it like, you know, last show with Luke getting all the power play one time. You're setting him up to take over that role. Why? Because you're probably looking to move off of Dougie in the summer. So that's just kind of where I am. And Nemo is a very good trade bait, and I'm not 100% sure how I feel about him. As far as a player, I don't know if he is.
I don't think he's as good as his draft position.
Yeah,
I think that was.
Just trying to find a nicer way to say it, but yeah, that's it. That's the nice way to say it.
And at some point, you know, we got to get over the stigma of him being second overall. But it's like he's. I don't know. Like I kind of the way Dougie's been playing, like he hasn't really fallen off. Like he like early in the season, he was being deployed in Pesci's role when Pesci was down. So he was getting PK time, he's getting D zone starts, and he was getting fucking pummeled with shots. Like he was leading the league in block shots at one point. Now that Pesci's back and then Kovacevic came back, Dougie got better deployment offensively. And it's just, and you can see it in his game. I don't know. There's a lot of hard decisions that they have to make. I think for the long-term future of the team and to rebalance the books a little bit, like I mentioned this last show, it's like they need to rebalance the books a little bit, particularly on defense. Now you don't need to necessarily model your spending after, you know, the norm in the league. You could spend more in certain places and less in others, depending on how you feel like it. But we spend way too much on our defense. And like when you talked about Kovacevic being the 7th D, like I don't know if I feel comfortable having a $4 million defenseman playing as our 7th.
Yeah, I wasn't thinking about his contract, but you know that does fall into it. You're right. I wasn't really thinking about that though.
And it's like, do we get rid of Siegenthaler and you know, can we get the same thing out of Siegenthaler that we, you know, can we get what Colin White will bring? Can Ethan Edwards step into that role? Like I kind of agree with you after last night. Like, you know, I've been waffling on Dylan. You know, his play is just not very good. He's one of the worst positional defensemen I've ever seen in my life. But like just that general attitude that he brings is important, you know, and I think we need that up front. You know, they were talking about it like you mentioned last night. Like there's no one really in the forward group that does that. Like all of our toughness is in the D group.
Well, you figure this, right? We have 3 guys, would you say, on our team that are willing to drop the gloves pretty much with anybody? Dylan, Kovacevic, and Paul Cotter. Would you say those 3? Am I missing anyone?
For what? Sorry, can you repeat
like
that?
willing to drop the gloves and do battle with whoever?
It's kind of Kovacevic and Dylan, really.
Cotter, we've seen him fight, but yeah, okay, I'll go that. So we have no forwards.
Not really.
We have no forwards that are willing to drop the gloves.
Like Scarf Boy is too quiet. You know, he's like he's a power forward,
Gritsuk,
but
he's willing.
Gritsuk, yeah, there you go. I don't know. Brown tried last night.
Yeah, got to give him credit, man.
Didn't go great for
Markstrom.
him. Markstrom, yeah.
I'll take. You know what? Let's just sign Igor Shesterkin and put him up the fight for Jack. That's it.
Yeah.
But that was huge last night. Just having the guys stepping up for each other like that and showing that. That camaraderie with each other. Somebody had mentioned before about what our thoughts on Bruce Cassidy. Look, if Bruce Cassidy was willing to take over the Devils, I'll pack Keith's shit and send him back to Toronto.
I don't know.
I don't know myself.
I don't know much about him. I just heard that he's just like a real fucking hard ass.
I know he won a Stanley Cup.
He did indeed. Although there's less. I think there's only 2 coaches that have ever won Stanley Cups with 2 different teams.
Yeah, Jay Snow mentioned Bukestad being 6'6", but I don't think he's very, he's not a super tough guy.
And look, there's a hardness in your play style, and I think the one thing that we've talked about missing is an asshole that will get under people's skin.
Yeah,
that'll fucking yap and fucking get people's in their heads and get them off their game. We just don't have that. We like Nico's very polite, but he plays like a hard style game.
Yeah,
gets some.
He's got an edge.
Minutes. Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't say an edge, but he wins board battles. He wins his puck battles. He's a good forechecker. He's good below the dots. He's good below the goal line. Like he plays hard, and I do appreciate that. Like Timo, once in every 5 games, he just fucking wrecks a game, but he doesn't do it consistently enough. Brad Jack aren't doing that shit. Connor Brown's not doing that shit. Glass is doing that shit, even though he plays a tough game.
Is that Timo's game in the playoffs? Like, is he seriously just a clone of Claude Lemieux? Like, is that what we have? A guy that's 25 or 30 goals regular season, but come playoff time is going to step it up? I mean, we have no idea. I'm asking. I have no idea.
Boy, that would really change how we talk about him, though, wouldn't it? Like, this is what you get during a regular season. That's fine, but this is what the guy brings in the playoffs. The problem is we're not in the playoffs long enough to see it or make them. It's so
we're
running out of contract.
We can have all the playoff performers we want, but if we don't get to the playoffs, it doesn't fucking matter.
Right. Zach mentioned too, Nason will drop the gloves. I forgot about him.
Yeah, he will, but I've.
Yeah, again, in an ideal world,
that's money better spent somewhere else.
In an ideal world, Nason does force his way back in this team next year and brings the stuff that he's brought throughout his career. From what we started earlier, I just don't know if I see it happening. But ideally, it'd be great if he could.
Would a Bukestad, Cotter, Nason 4th line be terrible?
No,
I don't think so. I
like all the elements on that line between size, spiciness, and a guy who can occasionally put in the most magical goal you've ever seen. Like, it's a pretty good combo.
Yeah. Mike Ruff said 0.1%. That's it, Mike. That is it.
I think tomorrow. I think tomorrow is elimination day against the Flyers,
who are playing some ridiculously good hockey right now.
Doesn't that just kill you?
And Snow kind of nailed that.
Cotter's retarded.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, I don't know if Cotter has any. Is he a UFA after this year?
He's an RFA, so we almost right. So look, I could give or take Cotter. I don't think you're getting a better version of Cotter than the Cotter that we have.
And his league minimum. I mean,
and his league man, he'll probably get $1 million. I don't think that's. I don't think it's a big deal to retain him for like a year or like maybe 2.
And I would like to see if we are going to bring Nason back, then that's his spot, right? 4th line, Bukestad, him, and maybe Siplikov costs too much, so maybe we get rid of Siplikov, or maybe we don't know what's going to happen with the forwards. I still think Mercer is. I think Mercer's not safe. Tim, you don't necessarily think Hamanaho's safe.
I think it's an interesting. I think it's an interesting piece because you got to look at slotting, and while you try not to build a team based on the projected lineup, you kind of need to understand that to be able to build out what the team should look like. So it's like, okay, I think Mercer's better suited in a middle 6, 3rd line type of role, 3rd line right wing. His production may take a hit, but he's not exactly helping Nico and Timo out a little bit. Although I was kind of stumbled across something pretty interesting the other day. So the Devils, if Mercer scores 2 more goals and Brown and Glass score 3 more goals, which is a bit of a stretch, we will have 7 20-goal scorers on our team. And the only other teams that are close are Carolina and Edmonton.
Now you're just pissing me off.
Pittsburgh has 8, and Colorado has 5. The only difference is Colorado has Nate McKinnon, who is basically three 20-goal scorers.
Yeah.
I'll be back in a second.
Yeah, I mean, that's just so frustrating, though. Like, you see it, right, Bob? We're watching these fucking games. It's like, where the hell? We went through weeks, months where 1 goal a fucking game, and we were lucky to get that. And it's like, what the fuck? And I was saying all year, right? I'm waiting for the game where it just clicks and we throw 6 or 7 up. Now it's almost every other night.
Yeah.
It's just really, really frustrating.
Pretty crazy. I could say too that I think that one of the reasons why you might be looking at a departure from Mercer is because I think Gritsuk is that much of a priority with his next contract that it just makes Mercer even more tradable because you're going to have to probably move some money. Still a serviceable player that a lot of teams would probably want. I don't think it's that the Devils didn't want Mercer. I don't think it's that I wouldn't. I'd love to have Mercer in whatever role just for his hockey IQ, but that does kind of smell like one of those, hey, we just need to make this trade to kind of keep the foundation of the team going. So that would not be surprised.
He's also one of the only guys without any trade protection. So it's just like, what, like Fitz backed himself into such a corner. He's got like 1 guy he can fucking trade.
But I mean, we've said it a million times. Per contract value matters, and $4 million for Mercer is a good deal. I think it's a really good deal for what you're getting in a hockey player. So you'd be benefited by having him on your team, but he's also a very good asset to move. So
20 goals, 40 points, all situations. Yeah. You can trust him at the end of games.
Hasn't missed a game, right?
Hasn't missed a game.
Jesus.
The best ability is availability. I don't know, unless there's a better option than him. Unless Hamaniho, we decide to keep him instead of Mercer. I think that would be, I think it'll come down to choices between guys. Like, are we keeping Siegenthaler or Dillon? Are we keeping Dougie or Nemec? Are we keeping Mercer or Hamaniho? Are we keeping are we keeping Bratt and Timo? Or are we going to try to move one of those guys? I don't think, getting rid of our center depth is a viable option right now.
No, that's the one thing I want to return back in full. I'm like legit okay with that. I'm looking forward to seeing that all year. I really don't want to move Cody Glass, and it's just been working for me right now. So
I mean, if we went into next year with our forwards being Jack, Bratt, Brown, Nico, Timo, Matthew Nyes, Glass, Hamanejo or Mercer, and Grits, and Bukestad, Nason, Cotter, or some variation of that fourth line, I would be okay with that.
Yeah,
I would be okay with that. It's just whether or not Tom Fitzgerald is, I don't know. I mean, who the hell fuck knows what he's going to do this offseason?
I have no idea. So I have some questions for you. So we do a roundup for All About the Jersey. So I have some team awards and superlatives to run by you guys. So the major awards. Who is your team MVP?
That's a good one. Who is team MVP right now?
It's hard to say, right?
It is.
It's kind of hard to go against.
I have one guy. I have one guy in mind.
I think it's got to go with Jack right now. Just the way he's fucking playing. Jack's team MVP. You're saying for the whole year?
Yeah.
Or just like as of right now?
The whole year.
All right. Then I can't put Jack in there.
Jesus.
That's fucking hard to do, right?
I mean,
it's really hard to do, dude.
Jason,
is it maybe Grits was the most consistent forward all year?
Man,
I don't know.
Jason took my guy.
Is it? Yeah,
Connor Brown.
Connor Brown's a good one. Yeah,
because he's been consistent. He's been a glue guy. He's played up, down, left, right in the lineup. Power play, PK, does it all.
Allen's another good one.
I thought Glass for what we bought for him.
Glass is a good choice.
He's in the mix.
All right.
Yeah.
Next.
That one should not have been that tough, though. That's what sucks, right? And
that's what sucks. That's
couple months ago, you guys asked, like, who do I think is like at fault for that. I said Jack, like kind of tongue in cheek because he got hurt, like not a hockey hurt. But otherwise, yeah, it's Jack by a mile. But yeah, you're right. And it should not be that tough.
Here's the funniest one out of them all. You can't even ask this with a straight face. Best goalie.
Allen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
Allen.
Probably Nico Dawes.
It might actually
Guess we're
be
never
Nico
gonna
Dawes.
know.
I think he's got like 6 shutouts in Utica. Best defenseman.
Pesci when he's healthy.
Yeah.
But he hasn't, like, Pesci's
I
going to be
know,
borderline
I
missing like
know.
half the season this year.
Jesus
Then
Christ. Luke didn't exactly have the greatest year. Nemec,
No.
still know we're getting with him. Dylan's not a great defenseman. Dougie's
David-
gotten a lot better, but
David Chimes got it. It got my answer.
yeah, it's going to be Hamilton.
Hamilton.
It's
Yeah.
really what he's played pretty much every
All
game
right,
this year,
Hamilton.
I think. And
All right, Hamilton.
all right, Hamilton.
Best offensive forward.
The best what?
Best offensive forward.
It's Jack.
Best defensive forward.
Nico.
I don't know.
No, it's Nico.
I don't think it is.
we have somebody
Cody
better
Glass.
based on stats.
Glass.
I'm not
Glass
willing
or
to
Brown?
drop the what?
Going Brown
I
again.
put Glass or Brown.
Yeah, I'm going with Nico on that.
I think Nico gets very overrated, I think, defensively. Because he takes so many face-offs and plays in all situations. But he's not that good defensively. Like
I disagree.
I don't think he is. He gets like the tough matchup minutes, and those are hard minutes.
Yeah.
But like,
That's a big part of it.
oh,
Yeah, I'd have to study this more to agree with you on that one, dude. Because on the surface, yeah, I can't say I agree with that. Not yet.
like
So you
Nico
agree
was
with me or with Tim?
I agree with you, Chris.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That
Nico
Nico's,
Nico had a
Psycho.
pretty bad.
Nuts.
Nico had a pretty bad stretch. You think I'm nuts? All right.
Psycho.
No, I don't think you're
No, dude.
nuts. I think
I'm
that's
trying.
just-
I'm also trying to
get
be
it.
a little bit edgelord contrarian here.
I get where you're
and
coming from for sure.
I'm not willing to die on that hill when Brown and Glass are the other options because you can make good arguments for all three of those guys. You can make good argument for Dawson Mercer being a very good defensive forward. We do. I feel like we have pretty decent defensive forwards. It's our defensive defensemen that worry me.
All right. So the minor awards. Here we go. The Sergei Brylin Award for versatility.
Ooh, that's a good one. Sergey.
I'm going to go with
Brylin.
Grits there.
Yeah, I was leaning there, Bob. I think I might go with you on Grits.
Specifically in
that.
top or middle roles. I mean, I don't know. He'd be a waste on a fourth, but still.
I mean, he started fourth, went to third,
Yeah.
went up to second. Jack forgot how to use stemware, and then kind of his bounce between second and third. Whatever line he's been on has been our best line, basically.
Yeah.
And
I love
he's
that guy, dude.
he may
Great
actually
against-
be our
I'm sorry.
he
Tim,
may
what
be
was
our
that?
best defensive forward.
Yeah, you can make that argument. I mean, he wins board battles. He gets into the dirty places. He's not afraid to, get physical. I love this.
Yeah,
guy. I think
he's a
this kid,
forechecking menace.
he's going to
I
be
can't
one of the
wait
best
for
players
his-
on our fucking team.
His clutch gene to have like another birthday because it's already kind of there. And I think this guy's just going to be clutch, like super clutch.
I'm so looking forward to the next few years with him.
Who's the best comeback player of the year? Do we even have a fucking comeback player of the year?
Hamilton.
I mean,
Oh, all right, that's good. That's actually I like
if
that.
Pesci wasn't hurt, I would say him because he was hurt
Pesci.
last year, came back, but now he's hurt again. So I really can't put him in the comeback player of the year.
Yeah.
Who'd you say, Bob?
The
I said
Devils'
Hamilton.
forecheck- What did Jason? What are you talking about? The Devils forecheck, like it's like half their offense. I don't even know what that means.
Did you watch the game last night? They don't forecheck.
Yeah. I mean, what are you
Jesus.
talking about? It's just
All right, so Hamilton, you going with?
I think so. I could probably see arguments for other players for sure, but I mean, kind of had him written off at the end of last year, right? And then he started this year all slow. It was the same story. We're like, where's Hamilton? And now 12 goals, totally different players.
yeah. In season, it's Jack because that boy
Yeah.
died, and then he
Yeah.
came back. He came back resurrected from the Olympics.
But you
Yeah.
also know when
On
Jack
Easter
is
Sunday.
healthy, it's not a question of how, it's how many. Like he's gonna be good, like always.
Right.
Like Dougie was going this way for a while,
Yeah.
so it's kind of a nice surprise.
Okay. I'm not
All
going to
right.
fight you on that. I agree with Dougie. Okay.
Best in-season move by the Devils.
Jeff Friesen, 2003.
It doesn't say this season.
No, 'cause this year, I mean, signing Grits, I'll give you that. Like bringing him over, it's not an
Was that
in-season
was
move, but
no.
we didn't have any
We didn't do,
in-season
I mean,
moves.
Bukestad? Is that like what did we do? Dude?
Yeah, right.
Took
Yeah,
him off.
simplify.
That's not it.
Oh,
Getting
I know what it is.
Getting
I know
rid
what
of
it
a
is.
lot.
It's getting rid of Palat.
Okay.
That's exactly it.
That's
I was
probably
just
what
gonna
it
say
is.
that.
Damn me for missing that one. I've been waiting all
I
year
know,
to jump on that one.
That's your thing. The worst offseason or the best offseason move from last summer. Best
That's got to be
offseason.
Grits.
Yeah, signing Grits.
Yeah.
I was going to say trading or signing Connor Brown, but
Oh, yeah,
that's
that's
really
good
good
one,
too.
too.
Yeah.
or
All right. That'd be
retaining
1A.
He's like the
Glass.
one guy that came in that worked out and you just want to keep him.
Yeah,
They're signing.
yeah.
We're bringing Cody Glass back. That was another one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So there were some decent moves this
There's some
offseason.
decent moves this offseason. Let's not give Fitz too
Let's
much
extend
credit,
Fitz for 10 years. Let's
Yeah.
go.
Well,
Because
he
he
probably already
fucking-
did that to himself.
He fucking backed. Yeah, he signs his own checks, right? He fucking backed into Cody Glass accidentally because he wasn't going to fucking qualify him.
He didn't want him.
He's so stupid.
Yeah.
How long is he? But you got to re-up him this year, right?
No,
No,
he
he's
has one more
27.
year. He has one more
Oh, he
year. I
does,
think he's
okay.
extension eligible though. So I think we can get into that in a second.
Okay.
The Allen low cap. I think that's an interesting offseason move.
Yeah.
The best surprise.
I keep saying this name, but
I know.
Grits.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Go back to
yeah.
Grits.
And it's not
I agree.
surprising in that I think I said even earlier I wouldn't be surprised if he got more goals, but he didn't have to. And he just beyond the goals, the way the kid plays, he's just somebody you want to watch, man. He feels like
Yeah.
cares about his teammates, cares about the game. He goes 100%. Like that's just the players you want to watch.
I agree.
All right. The most disappointing.
Markstrom.
Timo.
Hmm.
Again.
I mean, I could definitely see where you're coming from, but
Siegenthaler, I can
Markstrom.
put it in that category.
What's that?
I can put Siegenthaler into that category.
Yeah, but Marky's just his position's too fucking important.
Yeah, all right, that's fair. All right.
Are we due for a Siegenthaler bounce back next year then?
Yeah,
I think that's his
All right,
career
good.
pattern. Yeah.
This is
All right.
also Markstrom's pattern. So next year, those
Stanley
two
Cup, here
should
we
be
go.
like Vezina and Norris worthy.
112 points. Here we come.
I don't know, man. I think Markstrom's fucking cooked.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys have any opinions on these two. The best Utica Comet, and the best prospect.
I'm not super familiar with the guys down there, but I know the few guys that I've seen that I like. Like I really like Ethan Edwards.
Yep.
I'm looking forward to seeing him up here. And I like Nico Dawes. I still think Nico Dawes should have our net, but
I was gonna say Xavier Perrant.
he came up a couple of games, right?
He came up a couple games. He had a couple of hat tricks. He's put up a lot of points down there.
Okay.
Best prospect. I don't know. Do we even fucking have a prospect that we can actually call
Big
a
Mike.
best prospect? Big Mike. Still.
Big Mike.
All right.
So what do we got this week? We got the Flyers tomorrow. And what else?
Penguins after that. Red Wings, Senators, and Bruins, and then we all get to go golfing.
What the fuck happened to the Washington Capitals? Holy
Bro,
shit.
they got their fucking ass kicked.
They got 14 goals scored on them in the last two games.
Yeah.
Eek.
What is it? 9-1, 8-1. They did
8-1. And we put 6 by them, right?
7. Unless it was
7.
an empty net. It was
7.
7-3.
Yeah. Touchdown.
It's so depressing, like how much fun these last batch of games have been, and we only have 6 more. Like that just sucks.
Yeah,
And if
dude.
we
I mean,
lose-
you can't say it enough because even if we went into the playoffs knowing we're not a Stanley Cup team, like at least we'd have those 4 more games.
Yeah. Like, the whole anything can happen thing,
Yeah.
maybe,
Well,
20 more games and Markstrom can finally find his game.
but like, I mean, I know that it's not going to happen, but it's fun to talk about because just sitting around all year, all we did was bitch and moan and want everybody fucking gone. So when we actually have something to celebrate, it's worth celebrating. But like, if they did pull off this fucking crazy ass miracle and make it in, I know I said before we'd be done in 4 against Carolina, but I'll be honest with you. I wouldn't want to
momentum.
fucking play the Devils. If they go on this fucking run, yeah, they had some help, but they took care of their own business and they were playing the way that they're playing now. I'd be a little bit worried if I was Carolina.
Yeah, I mean, any team that would come in from the depths of the end to actually make it in with this kind of pacing, the other teams would have to take notice. I mean, for sure. The only problem is they can kind of hone in on Jack in the playoffs. And do we have the supporting characters to say, good, you just freed me up and I'm going to, take over for the team? That I don't know that we have.
I don't know either.
Well, I don't think we're going to find out, because even with this, this miracle run's not going to happen.
Those are the types of games where you need like Nico to fucking step in and Timo to step in and Mercer plays well in the playoffs, and then you would need like a Cody Glass to fucking pop a couple in. And
do you remember?
Imagine, what's gonna suck if we somehow did miracle upon miracles back into the playoffs and Gritsuk got his surgery, because there's a point where he was going to come back and then they opted to shut him down, and it's like, oh fuck, if we could have Gritsuk,
that would have sucked.
I mean,
I see that the chat is arguing about loser points and the participation points and why.
Yeah, but like I get it. Like the Penguins have a shitload of loser points, but like we folded so many times in the third period, like just from fucking inability to even generate offense. The amount of times in third periods where we couldn't get over that hump, get a tying goal, even get even close to it, like that's a skill set in and of itself, to be able to get something.
Yeah,
get a game that's close to overtime.
Yeah, it's a strategy. I mean, it's legit. I mean, nowadays I don't like the participation point, but
yeah.
Do you guys remember earlier in the year, before the season started, maybe even, we were doing one of our questions about the league or about the whole year, and one of the ones was we're naming like 4 different players that could each take over an entire round, for one round, be the MVP of that round, and put you in the back. We still have that, and that's the shame of it. I feel like we're never going to know when who the next guy is going to be. Is our round 2 superstar? It's freaking, Connor Brown or whatever. Like, but we have them.
I want to see these guys, this fucking team in the playoffs so bad. I really do. Like, it sucks, man. So fucking depressing. So what do you guys think? Tomorrow night, is it going to be nail and coffin, or are they going to keep this fun little flicker of hope alive?
I think they string us along.
You think
if we win tomorrow, then we're only 5 points back of the Flyers for that third Metro spot.
We're gonna whoop on the Flyers so bad, they're gonna lose all their confidence. They're gonna lose out from here on.
Is it in Philadelphia or is it at home?
It's at home.
Right.
Yeah. So we have 1, 2, 3 games left at home and 3 games left on the road. So we got the Flyers and the Pens tomorrow and then Thursday. And then we're on the road Saturday to play the Red Wings. These are all playoff teams or teams fighting for playoffs. Nothing's going to be easy. Then we're home against the Senators on Sunday, and then we finish out the season in Boston on Tuesday. So that's it.
We have 10 total points that we can get. And, it's going to be so hard, dude. It's like
10 points. It puts us, 95?
Where are we at right now?
Or 93? 93.
Yeah.
So, we did the math. We went over all the other teams that were trying to jump. We went over all their schedules and, what they have to do. And, the good thing is that a lot of these teams are playing each other. So you're going to have a swing one way or another. But
it also makes it so much more chaotic about who we need. Like,
they're all going to go into overtime anyway, Chris. It's not going to matter, dude. Every one of the games for Jason's going to go to overtime from here on out.
Yeah. Wait, Mike Ruff, did you say that you believe the Devils are getting in? Is that what I wasn't keeping up with the chat, but I see we are getting in. Those Delco mutants.
Delco.
Yeah.
Bob knows all about fucking mutants from Delco.
So do you
At all
really
hockey
believe that, or are
levels.
you just being tongue in cheek, Mike? I'm just curious. Like, do you honestly believe that they're getting it? I would love if like a real Devil fan really did believe this. Like it's done, man. Let's see. I stopped watching the games and they've been winning.
I'm with you on that one, buddy.
All right. So are you gonna watch tomorrow night, Mike?
I fully think they
Yeah,
can.
I mean, I agree with him when he raised like I fully think they can. Like, yeah, I think they can win their
I
next
think they can
bunch of
win
games.
out,
Yeah,
but I don't know that they're going to get the help they need.
That's the problem. Whenever your destiny is in other people's hands, it's
Here's what I'll do. I will wait one more week to cancel my HBO Max subscription so that I have the TBS games
okay.
as a sign of good faith that the Devils can pull this off. So they will owe me $10.99 if they do not make it to the playoffs. And they're getting off easy because I'm not charging them the ridiculous amount that they charge me to go watch them play bad hockey. So I think it's
I want to see him throw fucking 7 behind Dan Vladar tomorrow night.
I want to see a blow up for sure. Because I got to listen to the Flyers broadcast too. So please, God, just bury them.
Dude, I mean, that guy that does who's the dude that does their play-by-play?
I forget.
The Flyers?
Yeah.
I don't know.
This motherfucker's got like a deviated septum or something. He always sounds like he's all stuffy. He always sounds like he has a cold. I hate listening to him.
Man, it's so bad.
You know who's real bad?
Don.
Yeah.
Yeah. Has he fucked anything up recently? I haven't really.
When I was
we've had so many national games. I feel like I haven't seen him.
When I was in Chicago like 2 weeks ago or whatever, and I was watching not the Nashville game, it was the game before that. We lit them up, whoever the fuck we were playing. I don't remember, but I was texting with Bob, and I think you were in New York, Tim, so you weren't watching the game. And so Bob and I were texting, and he blew a goal on that. Somebody had scored for the Devils, and he was like, "Oh, it went out. Oh, no, it's a goal." Like Sal's calling, "No, that went in, Don." Like he blew another one. Like he just sucks. He can't see the fucking puck. And then whenever anything gets a little chaotic in front of the net, like he gets so just bumbling over himself. Like, Nico, shot, score, go, whistle. Yes, Don. Whatever you just fucking said, you little lunatic. Yeah. So
he just can't seem to build well to like the moment. He gets flustered, forgets names.
And Bill's probably fucking sitting around flicking his bean looking for a job. Like,
yeah, he's
why are
calling
we not
fucking Chinese fucking ping pong?
Yeah, he's calling fucking ping pong. The nasal dude sucks. He got crushed up gas station perk residue up his nose. Okay.
Okay. On that note. Yeah.
Somebody's had a fun time in their 20s, I guess.
Yeah.
No, Don is fucking garbage. I'm with you guys. But all right, anything else, boys, before we wrap it up for tonight?
No, man. Let's go Devils.
Right. Just hope for the best.
Keeping this thing alive. Like I just keep winning, man. And whatever fucking happens. We're gonna be along for the ride. It's gonna suck though. Like at least if we get eliminated, let's get eliminated like next Tuesday against Boston. Like let's keep it going that long. So these games are fun. You know, let's start making other teams actually start fucking looking over their shoulders like, oh shit, like we better fucking not trip up at all because you know these boys from Jersey are breathing down our necks.
Yeah, boys. Let's
That's
go.
It. All right, guys. You guys know the routine. Thanks for hanging out with us. A like, a subscription, hit the alert bell if you're listening to us in the podcast form. 5-star review, positive comment does help the little podcast that could. For Bobby and Tim, I'm Chris. We're the Uncle Puckers. Thanks so much, guys, for hanging out with us. We'll be back probably Thursday or Friday, and we'll see you when we see you.
Bye-bye. Sit on a fat one, Bella Cat.
It's over, Johnny. It's over!
Did you guys know Tony